Yeah, for the text field, right? Let me show you that. This is the regular expression which you can use for checking email. Actually, emails will not be started with some numbers, some kind of conditions are there, right? Okay, it should be having abc.com.co.in. Those are the conditions. Everything is this is called regular expression regex. Okay, this you can use to validate the email. Okay, what I can do is that in that case, let us you can write it. Even you can check. Okay, better you yourself check that and see if it is working. If it is not working, I'll show you.
Okay.
Any mode, whatever control you take, which comes under either of these three categories. One is passive component, active component with life cycle methods or protocols, active component with actions, active components with actions.
And also you said like there is a different way to connect the delegates to the view controller. There are two methods and we showed only one method.
Yeah, this is one way, right? This is through storyboard you can connect. Second way is, yeah, anyways, we do this. In view.load is the method which gets called at the very first time, right? When view controller, this object is created, this is the first method which gets called. Here, input field dot delegate equal to self. Self means current class object. Text field, you are controlled by so and so object. Here the object is self. Self means current class object. Current class object means view controller. That is what is. This is the second way of programmatically writing. Same thing happens. Okay. What happened? What happened? Is any condition wrong here? Sorry, we are only allowing numbers, right? Yeah, you can see the method is getting called. Okay, programmatically also you can set object.delegate equals so and so. I want to set some background color to the view. I want to set some background color to the view and see how to set view means view.background color equal to EA color dot red dot alpha. Do you have any alpha? No, alpha 0.5. Alpha means transparency. Complete red is different. Red with some alpha value. Okay, let me make it 2. Okay, let me make the green color with alpha 2. Okay, let me make it alpha with 1. 0 to 1 is the maximum value. 1 means complete green. 0.5 means off green. Basically, to have the transparency. Okay, this is how we can use the background color. Let me make it to 1. Or else, if you directly use green, that is also 1 by default 1. Okay, let me show you some other controls. Now I want to add background image. I want to add background image. So we're having image view, image view. Drag and drop here. Even the hierarchy is important. Now make this background view, this image view completely occupied. Okay. For this, there is no image. Let me add the image. Image can be added from here. Assets. Yeah, let me take this. Let me give some name. You can give any name, but BG. Go here. Select the image. Image having a property. Image. Image view having a property. Image. Image is what is the image? BG. Okay. Even we have the content mode. Content mode is how it should be acted. Aspect fill completely fill with proportional scale to fill. Scale to fill means squeezing. Actually, it is compressing. I don't want to compress aspect fill. Maintain the aspect ratio. This is content mode is very, very important. Now run it. Where are our controls? Our controls are hidden by the image view. Our controls are hidden by the image view. Even I don't know why did it come up. There are no text field, everything. Those are in the behind. Those are behind. So make them come forward. Now everything is hidden up here. Okay, everything is here. Now you can interact with them. Text field is even hard. Okay, this is how we set the image control. Even for the button, you can have some image. Anyways, I'll show you that. What else we need? See, we are having a variety of buttons here. Actually, label we have seen, general button. Even these are the menu buttons. Menu buttons I'll check and tell you. Maybe we need to have some kind of programming logic. Segmented control. This UI is not great. The button, sorry, the image. Image is not looking great. Let me put some color only. Background color. Let me choose some color. Opacity. Opacity means alpha value. Perfect. Let me run it. Okay. Even let me take a next control, which is switch. Let us play with the segmented control. Button is actually single button, whereas segmented control is combination of buttons, collection of buttons. We can say collection of buttons. There are 2 buttons. We can have many buttons, 3 buttons, 4 buttons. Let me remove the image to make it much visible. This segmented control. The class name is, you can see as UISegmentedControl is the class name, which is having style plain or bordered or bar. These are the various styles. Generally we use plain, or you can customize that. Tint color. Tint color is the color after the selection. And segment 0, the title is first. I'm putting red. For the segmented control 1, I'm putting green. For segmented control 2, I'm putting yellow. For segmented control 4, I'm putting pink. Okay. Based on the selection, I want to change the background color of the view. By default, it is green. I want to convert that into the, I want to change that based on the selection. Shall we do that? I want to, when user taps on any button here, I want to change the view background. Means programmatically, I want to perform some operation to perform programmatically. When user clicks on this, I want to execute some method. That method can be written here. Okay, that method can be written here. Func segment selected. Okay, segment selected is the method. I want to make this connectable. So IBAction. Okay. Now what I need to check is when user clicks on any button on the segmented control, I get sender. I want to connect the segmented control along with control. What control we are connecting? Yes, segmented control. To which we are connecting, we are just giving that. Okay, let me show you two different things here as well. This is control we are getting. Let me check control dot selected segment index. We know what is the first red, second one is green, third one is yellow, fourth one is blue or pink, right? I'm taking switch case here. Switch control is a segmental control. It is having a property called selected segment index. Case 0. 0 means first red. View dot background color equal to dot red. Similarly, case 1 green. Similarly, case 2, which is yellow. Case 3, which is pink. Do we have pink here? System pink. Yeah, take system pink. Okay. Control. What is control here? Must be adjusted. These are integers, right? Okay. Default. Default is must, right? Default case. I'm just putting view dot background color equal to white. Here, segmented control segment selected is the method, and we are taking input here. The input is the control. Control means to which we are connecting. Here we are specifically connecting to the segmented control. So I have given segmented control here. Now go to view controller, outlets, go to connections and give the connection. Here, not the touch up inside. There are multiple values, right? Value changed. Remember, value change you need to use for segmented control. For buttons, it is see what is the event? Touch up inside. For segmented control, what is the event? Value changed. Now run it. Red, green, yellow, pink, red. Why it was not changed? Green, yellow, pink, pink, red. Why it was not changed for the first time? Let me see. Red is by default selected. Red is by default selected. Even if you tap red, nothing happens. Yellow happens. Now red happens. By default, red is selected, right? Can we read the default selection? Can we read the default selection and apply the same color? Why don't we do that? We can do that. What we can do is when view did load, I can ask the segment, I can execute this method. I can execute this method. To execute that method, what I need to, I just want to, on the view did load itself, check which segment is selected. Here I want to check the segmented control, selected segment. We do not have segmented control here, so we need to have the outlet. Outlet, we where segmented control, EA segmented control. Connection is empty. Go here and give the connection. Outlets and outlets, see segmented control. We can do the same thing. What we need to do here? Here, check the segmented, take the segmented control object, check the selection, default selection, and perform this operation, right? Instead of writing same logic again and again, what we can do is segmented control. We can ask segmented control, send actions for value change event, value change event. I am executing the same method. I am executing segmented control. Execute your method to which you are connected. This is one way of writing, or else you can write the same segmented control selected. Segmented control selected, segmented control. I'm passing the object. Here it is expecting segmented control, right? Either you can use this way or this way. This way is recommended. I'm just calling the method on the view did load itself. So by default, I have read the selection of the segmented control and applied the same background color. This is how we programmatically execute a control method. Programmatically execute a UI control method. And one more thing I want to show you. When you drag and drop, what happens? See, I want to create a connection to the segmented control. We are already having one. Anyways, from here, there is no selection. Select the view controller, go to assistant, No selection. Why is no selection? This, yeah, assistant editor is failed. Yeah, generally when you drag and drop, what happens is this method gets created, right? When you drag and drop on the outlet, actually it gets created as sender, and here any. When you drag and drop segmented control action, this is how the method gets created by default. But here we have specifically set it is segmented control because this method is going to be connected with the segmented control itself. So we have clearly specified here. Here, this method can be connected to the button. This method can be connected to the label, so text field, segmented control, switch, anything. Because here sender is any to any control you can connect. Here, this can be connected only to the segmented control. This method can be connected to the only segmented control. Generally, most of the time we write this kind of methods: sender, any. Okay, it should have showed us. Let me select this preview. Preview is not the one which we need. Go here, assistant. Anyways, let me close this and reopen. Yeah, assistant is shown here. Let me drag and drop. Let me remove this method. When you drag and drop from the storyboard, I'm writing method. Handle segmented control is the method. What happened? See here, we got sender and any. Because this method can be connected to any, even this can be connected to the button. Now try this method to be connected to the button. It is not connecting to the button because this method is specifically for segmented control. This method can be connected to anything. Sender means one variable name only, like control. Any means any kind of data type. Here we have is segmented control. In interviews, they will ask what is sender and any. Any sender. What is the any sender? Sender is a variable name. Any is the data type. When you want to create any action from the store or to the outlet to the active component, we use a method here. Now I want to perform the same operation here. Now go here, go to view controller. Very, very important here. We haven't seen some of the operators. Let me show you those operators now. Switch, control, segmented control. Like control means sender here, right? Sender, select segment equals so and so. Logic is same, but see the errors. Value of type any has no member, selected index, selected segment index. This is sender. What is sender type? Any. This is sender. We can also write sender. This sender type is segmented control. Clearly, we are specifying this method is connected to the segmented control. But here we have used any means the compiler is in confusion. This is a method which can be connected to the any of the active components, whether it is buttons, switch, segmented control, or anything. So clearly tell me what is sender here, whether it is button or segmented control or switch or whatever you want. Now I want to tell this sender is segmented control. How to do that? God let sender equal to sender. Consider this as UI segmented control, else written. If it is considerable, this is type considering operator. If it is type considering operator, as if it can be convertible, it may or may not be convertible. If it is, if I give button here, this method is connected to the segmented control. Here, this is fails. This fails. Since now we have connected this method to the segmented control, this logic executes. Now sender is actually UI segmented control. We are just type considering operator. Consider the sender as UI segmented control. This operator we haven't seen earlier, which we missed. Now we are seeing that. First check to which method is connected. The error here. Anyways, the method is not there. See the problem here. What is the problem? This method is not there. Warning, right? Now, see, segmented control has only one method. Perfect. We have changed data type, right? Sender we have changed. Okay. By default, it is red. Let me can't change. Green, yellow, pink. You got it right. Type considering operator. In interviews, what they will ask you, type considering operator. People does not know what is type considering operator at all. First thing. Anyway, sender, any sender, what is the any and sender? Now you should be able to explain. Any IBaction method can be connected to the any of the active component. So instead of writing sender is of type UI segmented control or specific type, we can use any. This is the sender is the any input argument to the IB action. Any is the input argument type for the any action. Why it is only any is used, you know the reason. Why we have used a segmented control here. We are specifically, we are very sure that it is going to be segmented control to which it is going to be connected. Either this way you can write, without this also you can also put empty if you do not want it. If you want it, other you can use it. Yesterday we have created with empty, right? Empty method we have created. Click me here also empty, no issue. Similarly, let me play with the switch. Segmented control, we don't use. It depends upon the requirement of the application. Switch is also kind of same thing, which has on and off two actions. It means value changed event you need to take. Let me take use the assistant editor here. Control, drag and drop, and switch. Type is any. If you want to give switch also, you can give clearly. Event value change. See what happens. What happens? Handle switch. No input arguments. It depends upon our selection here. I want input argument. I want to check the event, the switch state. So I want some input argument. Input argument is an handle switch. We got input argument here. What is sender here? Sender is switch. Even let me take one more control. Activity indicator view. Let me take activity indicator view. For this, change the medium to large. Perfect. When the switch is on, by default the state is off. When switch is on, I want to show the loading indicator. When switch is off, I want to hide the loading indicator. I want to hide the loading indicator and stop it. I want to control the loading indicator, right? It is activity indicator view. IBOutlet where loading indicator UI activity indicator view is the class. Okay. When switch is sender, what is sender here? Sender is switch, right? We can convert that again. Guard let switch control. Now sender equal to sender as consider this sender as UISwitch, else return guard statement. If it is switch, check sender is on a method. If it is off, do something. If it is on, activity indicator view, start animating. If it is not on, stop animating. Also hide it. Loading indicator that is hidden equal to true. Here, loading indicator, if it is rotating, I want to make it appear, loading indicator dot is hidden, hide and unhide, hide and unhide is hidden as the property. False, if it is rotating, false. Okay, by default it should be hidden, right? It is off means by default it should be hidden. Let me make this as hidden. Hidden. We have attribute here. We have attribute inspector. We have something there. By default it should be hidden. Still it is appearing. I don't know why. Is hidden. Select the activity indicator. Is hidden is true. But why is hidden? Okay, there are two. Is hidden is not happening. It's gray. Is hidden true. Let me try this. It should be hidden. Should be hidden. What is this? No connection. See the error. What's went wrong? Connection we haven't given. Unrecognized selector sent to instance. Unrecognized selector. Selector is a method. When you tap on the switch, one method is getting called, but that method is not available. See the warnings? This is the problem. This is the actual method. We changed the name of the method. And one more thing here, it is a switch value changed for the switch. Handle switch. This is for segmented control. Value change event. This is for switch. Value change. Again. Nil. Very important. Connections. Make sure that all connections are given properly. Switch we haven't given loading indicator. And any controls left? No outlets left. Rotating, if you see here, rotating. Stop. Rotating. Stop. Rotating. When it is rotating, it is appear. When it is not rotating, it is hidden. Perfect. And there is a direct method like stop when background user interaction enabled loading indicator. Yeah, hides when stopped. This is the default method, a default attribute which we are having. If it is not rotating, by default, it will be hidden. So that you don't have to write these methods. I just showed you this. There is a property called is hidden, is available for any UI view. By default, it is hidden. Only rotate. When it is rotating, then only appear. Appear, hide, unappear. Perfect. And there is one more thing called progress indicator. Anyways, we see that tomorrow. Any doubts here? We have seen multiple things